Hey everybody, today I want to talk about this really cool little gadget that my nephew brought over for Christmas. He's really into video, like he's into cine, that kind of video. And so he's not a vlogging kind of guy, he's more of a filming events kind of guy. And he brought over this little thing. I actually got a laugh when I saw it, but then he said, hey, do you want to borrow it for a week or so? And I said, sure, why not? Let me try it out. And so over the past few days, I've been taking this little, it's a Osmo Pocket 3, this little gimbal camera. I've been carrying this around and trying to do different things with my own videos using this camera. And it has served me quite well. I think it's a really cool little camera. I'm not a product review kind of guy, but when I see something that's really cool, sometimes I just want to show it off and say, hey, this is a neat thing. You might want to check it out. This is not necessarily something that I would use. I don't think I can get close to using this to its fullest potential. But if I had to use one single camera for everything I do, this would be the one. It's very versatile. So the way it works is you simply flip that little thing, and then the gimbal just comes alive. You can see right there as I'm turning it. See how the gimbal is moving? And you've got little things you can tap on this tiny screen, and you tap in the corner and it will switch to selfie mode. So it'll turn around. And now it's showing the camera that I'm looking at. And this is the kind of thing I could use walking through the woods and talking as I'm filming a video somewhere in a park where I'm going to take some photos. All right, let's go down by the lake. It's been cold in New Jersey for the past few weeks, so the lake's frozen. Bet you I couldn't walk on it though. This has the ability to do things like, I set it up to do face tracking, which was really neat, and you can just move all over the place and the thing will automatically track your face. And I sit down. This is fun. This camera does face tracking, and for this test I had to actually clean up my office here, my dark room, because I had all kinds of stuff that you would see in junk and mess in this super wide angle view. The way they've done this, you tap a little button on the corner of the screen and you enable the face tracking mode. And when you do that, you lose the zoom in feature. It zooms completely out, which is why now I've got this really crazy wide angle view. But it's neat because I can go over here, and I can go over here. I can stand up, and I can sit back down, and it'll just keep tracking me wherever I go. You can put it on a tripod and it will track as you move. You can use it as like a webcam. But I think its greatest strength is going to be the walking around and talking as you're walking through wherever whatever your backdrop is for your video. There's a little gadget you plug into the bottom that'll give you a 1/4-20 socket that you can attach to a tripod. And of course, they have this little bitty tripod that goes with it. I actually use that, and it's pretty neat because you can have this thing in your pocket, then take it out, set up that little tiny tripod on a desk, and suddenly you're now able to make a video. You're in full vlog mode. It's a whole lot better than trying to use your cell phone for that. The way this camera works, it's actually sitting pretty low in the saddle. It's on this little short tripod, so it's really the camera lens is about here on me. The angle is not necessarily the one I would want, but again, for just doing something like a little quick video, it's great. And to turn it off, you flip the screen and it resets itself. And then you can put it back in its little hard shell kind of, it's not a case, it's more of a, it's just a shell, and you put it in there. And now you can put this in your pocket or a backpack or something like that. They're not cheap. This is between $500 and $600 right now. As far as specs, this little guy will record in HD or 4K. And for my videos, I really only need HD. If you want, you can put it on 4K and go up to some crazy high frame rate. But again, this does everything I need. There's 3 features that I found that had little shortcomings. One of them was that it uses micro SD cards, little tiny micro SD cards. So putting the card in and taking it out is a fingernail needed prospect, kind of a pain. You can get around that by plugging a USB-C cord into the camera and plugging that into your computer and transferring video that way. But I found that the rate at which video transferred was really not that great. It was about maybe 40 megs per second, which I'm expecting to be able to transfer far faster than that. So if you've got small videos, that's fine. It'll help you avoid taking the little card out. And also in the field, if you want to switch cards, you're going to drop it on the ground. It's going to disappear. This to me is, what are you going to do? It's a small camera, but it's just something that was kind of a challenge. Another thing that was a bit of a challenge is there is no microphone jack on this. So I can't put my own mic like this lapel mic. I can't wire that in. They do sell a wireless mic that is compatible with this. And to be frank, if I had one of these, I would buy that. It's like $80 or something. It would be worth it. I really would like to have a good quality mic feeding it. If you have a USB-C microphone, it has to be a little USB-C converter that converts audio into a microphone signal. You can't use the kind that is for headphones. You have to use the kind that works with microphone. That'll work, but I would just say, buy the $80 gadget that's designed for this and it'll work just fine. The third thing I had an issue with is there's no way to set a white balance from like a gray card. You can go in there and tweak the white balance and set it at like 5500K, which is what I did when I did testing in this office. But you can't just shoot a white card and get a perfect white balance. It's not the end of the world. Again, this does so many things so well, and the gimbal thing is so awesome that I'll just forgive it all those other shortcomings. And look, the size of it. Let me grab here's a TV remote. You see that? It is exactly the size of a television remote in your pocket, and that the thing's automatic. Oh, I love it. Super cool. If I had no cameras whatsoever and I wanted to do video work and vlogging and stuff like that, this would be the one camera I would want to have. This guy, if I went on like a trip and I wanted to do some video work on the trip, whether it's recording what I saw from me or whether it's recording selfie mode like this, I would take this little thing. It's perfect. It does everything that I would really want to need. In fact, for the work I do at home, I could use this thing to do everything that I record at home. But it's one of those things that's a jack of all trades, master of none. However, it does everything very well. And the gimbal part, that is sweet. The fact that the little head on this thing is just automatically tracking is super neat. Well, Now I better give it back to my nephew and get back to using my regular cameras. Thank you for watching. Now go out and shoot a roll of film. This may be video, but I still love film. Have a blessed new year.